Okay, gentlemen, listen up. I don't need to go over the game plan again. We all know what we got to do. Wanted to let you know I'm proud of the work we've been doing around here. Sharp practices, attention to detail all around. Also wanted to make it official. I'm inserting one of our up-and-comers into the starting lineup tonight. Let's help him out. Make sure the pressure doesn't get to him.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, dog.
We all get one chance to shine. Let's make it.
Hey, there you are. I've been looking for you.
Yeah, you found me. What's going on?
Word's come down, Coach is going to add you to the starting lineup tonight. And being a starter means we need to set you up with some of your own intro music for when your name is announced.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that.
Well, that's why I'm here. So look at the options, think about what you want, and we'll get it set up with the ops team.
Okay, no doubt. This is all kind of hard to believe.
You've been playing great. You deserve this moment. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
On 2K Sports. Take a look at the Kings. There's no question this game will put them to the test. Facing off against a team that has every expectation of beating them, they'll need to play a complete game to snare a win. And a lot of excitement centering around one young player tonight, folks, as we'll be watching a game that marks the first official NBA start from the General.
And that starting lineup is exactly where he belongs. Look at the talent, the potential. I think he's going to be not only in the lineup tonight, but for a long time to come.
I agree. He's already shown us that he's one of the most talented players on that roster, and I love that they're giving him this opportunity now.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for San Antonio. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. And it's Leonard in the small forward position. And so he's able to get one of two.
Well, the Spurs clearly an influential organization in the NBA. So many individuals who've worked in San Antonio, whether it be as players, assistant coaches, or in the front office, have gone on to leadership roles in other NBA teams. It speaks volumes to what that group has been able to do in winning at a high level.
And here is Parker to the three-pointer from the General. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful. Talk about being one of the all-time great stories in the NBA. This kid goes from being undrafted and fighting for a 10-day contract, and now he's a starter for this team.
It's really a story of a guy starting with nothing in the league and fighting his way onto a team, and those are always really inspirational stories. His path to the starting lineup gives hope to everybody playing in or out of the NBA. That could possibly be them someday.
Oh, here's Parker following the shot by Rudy Gay. And Leonard has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. No good on his first attempt of the game.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Fires from 14. The shot's good from the General. The General's got 7. The Spurs have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Berg.
A short time ago, I had a chance to catch up with Greg Popovich. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
Thank you, Doris. Spurs have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Parker dishes to Ginobili. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Ginobili's got his first basket.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
It's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them. Looking at the game for the General, he's already up to 8 points. And from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
Duncan, the pass to Parker. There's the block. The pass to the General. Can't get it to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And Kevin, they overcame a very poor shooting night to win that game. You're not going to be able to win very often with a percentage as low as theirs.
Yeah, no beauty or style points in that game, but they did hit the big shots when they needed to.
That's a bad shot. He's not a good three-point shooter anyway, and that was just too deep.
I'm with you on that, Steve. Which one of us should break it to him?
Ginobili kicks to Duncan. Good. Duncan's got 8.
That's his 4th straight make right out the chute. He's setting a pretty high standard for himself here.
That's the kind of start you want every game, but of course you rarely get it. Let's see some of the numbers here on DeMarcus Cousins. His last 10 games, 7th in field goal percentage. In blocks per game.
And Steve, you touched on his outstanding field goal percentage. I mean, he hasn't gotten there just simply by having a hot hand on occasion. I mean, it's also a product of how hard he works to find those good open shots.
Here's the General following the basket by Tim Duncan. And so it's San Antonio with it. Spurs leading by 3. Here's Parker. Really played well against Portland in his last outing. Duncan outside. 6 on the shot clock. Looking for a splitter. He gets it there. Shot is no good. Nice D from Cousins.
Last season, the Kings inking DeMarcus Cousins to a big 4-year contract extension. He awarded them the best season of his young NBA career, setting career highs pretty much across the board.
Parker outside. He kicks it to Ginobili. Back to Parker. Pass to Duncan. Parker outside. Pulls up. High post. And the jumper falls for him.
You know, in the past with Cousins, I think he had tended to fall in love with the perimeter jump shot. And he's got a good one. He can make it. You know, when you look at his size and strength, it's hard not to think that he should be taking advantage of that closer to the rim and putting more pressure on defenses as a result. I think last season he did commit to attacking inside the paint, and we saw the results. They were pretty good.
And so it's San Antonio with it. Now here's Parker. G right on him. Pass to Duncan. Rebound by the General. And Steve, it's pretty clear that DeMarcus Cousins has solidified his place as the Kings franchise centerpiece.
Yeah, the future's bright. Last season, he was a contender for the most improved player in the All-Star game. If he can continue to produce and help the Kings become a winner, then the accolades will follow.
A big group substitution here for Sacramento. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. McCallum is out there with the general, and it's Stauskas in at the threesome. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Now here's Ginobili. He's coming off a 10-point game against Portland.
Yeah, Kevin, he really set up shop with that foul line. And they could not do anything with him defensively, and so they had to keep fouling. That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
The Kings trailed by 6. Pass it to Cousins. On the wing.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Parker outside. It's up a 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far. You know, the Spurs coach are really an example for the entire league, and you have to give a lot of credit to head coach Greg Popovich. He demands accountability and execution while at the same time balancing that with a really great sense of humor and an authentic interest in his players, his people, and that goes a long way. And he's got a great leadership team around him, his owner and general manager. They've been a terrific trio for almost 2 decades.
Diaw with the steal. And here is Ginobili. He has 5. It's Parker with the drive. He gives them a double-digit lead. And now it's an 11-point San Antonio lead. For Sacramento, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. The general passes to Cousins. Here's the general. The feed to Landry. Rebound San Antonio. Splitter's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Ginobili dishes to Splitter. Outside Leonard. Splitter kicks to Parker. They set the pick. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Tony Parker, I don't think there's any question the best player ever to come out of France. In fact, back in the summer of 2013, he led France to the Euro Cup championship in Slovenia. Just a terrific performance there for Parker.
France has really produced some quality NBA players. You think about Boris Diaw, Nick Batum. Batum actually carried France in that title game against Lithuania.
And for Boris Diaw and Parker, they grew up together. They'd won a gold medal together in the U18 European Championships.
And for 13 years, they've tried to get that second gold medal. But I'll tell you, the quality of play around the world, Kevin, just continues to get tougher and tougher. And France definitely in that upper echelon.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, gentlemen, Tim Duncan's such a huge part of this Spurs team on and off the court. As Coach Pop put it, he's a consummate pro. He takes great pride in fulfilling his responsibility to his teammates. He feels it very strongly. He sets the tone for the whole team. He's done it from the beginning, and he will fall in line. Kevin, what a luxury.
A great player and great leader. Thanks, Doris. Landry gets the bucket.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
San Antonio leading by 9. San Antonio making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. We're at the break in the action. Let's show you the teams that have been making their opponents work especially hard over the past 10 games. The Spurs second.
Well, they've been solid defensively. Maybe a little fortunate at times when teams have had off nights, but overall, pretty solid defense.
Takes it out to Leonard. In the corner, it's Ginobili. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Just 5 on the clock. Splitter. Cannot hit. Nice D from Cousins. For the Sacramento Kings, the last game a loss to the Grizzlies.
Well, you hate to say it, but they showed a lack of heart on the defensive end in losing that game. Just no effort.
You know, I know the fans don't want to hear it, but you're exactly right. There was no energy, no assertiveness, no aggressiveness. The defense was just lifeless. That's not a night that they're going to look back on fondly.
Now Splitter. After the missed 3 from the general. Splitter passes to Joseph. Leonard sets a screen for Joseph. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. Good on the 3-point shot. Ginobili's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Spurs. The Kings trail by 12. Kicks to Cousins. Over in the corner, Landry. The pass to Stauskas. Pass to the general. Lets it fly. But they get it back. That three off the mark. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right.
Better pass it. Come on.
And comes in for Manu Ginobili. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far.
Well, obviously a lot of ground for you guys to make up in that second half. Do you expect Coach to shake things up to try to jumpstart you here in the third?
I wouldn't be surprised if it did. We came out and laid an egg that first, straight up. Right now, any change to wake us up, well, you know we can play a lot better than that.
Hang tough, young man. Kevin, this league is not easy on the young ones.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
Okay, pay attention so we can cover some stuff. We're capable of much better basketball than we played in the first half. The three-point shot hasn't been there for us, and it could have made a big difference. But don't get discouraged. All we need is one or two of them to drop, and our long-range game will be right back. I know I saw the frustration coming to the surface when we got to the half, but let's keep the focus sharp. And remember, there are still 2 quarters of basketball left. Don't go out there and...
We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. An exceptional performance from Tim Duncan.
Yeah, it's been sheer dominance in the post by him so far, just tearing them up when he gets inside.
And getting it to him is the only hard part. Once he has it, he's automatic.
On the court right now for the Spurs. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. And it's Splitter in at the center, filling out the middle. Parker kicks to Ginobili. Back to Parker. Splitter inside. Cousins is there. It's stolen by Stauskas. He feeds it to Landry. Duncan with some nice D. San Antonio leading by 15. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that again.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Parker kicks to Duncan. Drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 5 assists tonight. The Kings trailed by 19. Pass to Stauskas. Here's the general, covered by Parker. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA statisticals currently. First in fewest turnovers per game. Second in opponent points per game. And they also show up in the top 5 in free throw shooting. That's elite level marksmanship at the stripe.
And what's most impressive out of all those numbers, Clark, is the few turnovers that they commit. Because now all of a sudden you're executing, you're putting a lot of pressure on the defense because they know they're not going to force a lot of steals and get out in transition to find easy points.
Boy, that was right in his grill.
He dealt with pressure like it was nothing at all.
Now, he had a lot of momentum behind him on his way up.
To the left wing. Stauskas kicks to Gay from beyond the arc, and he hits it from deep. 3 points there from the General. The General's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Kings. San Antonio leading by 16. outside. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Duncan dishes to Parker. Charity stripe shot. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. The General passes to Cousins. Here's the General. Again, Sacramento.
The second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
And this gives us a moment now to show you the rookies with the highest shooting percentage over the past 10 games. Take a look at the General. You know what you're going to get from him day in and day out. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Duncan right side. Ginobili on the wing. And that one hits back iron.
Finally a miss, but still 4 for 5 shooting to start this third quarter.
Rudy Gay is listed at 6'8". He has a 7'3" wingspan and tremendous athleticism. That really helps him defensively, both on the perimeter and inside, where he contributes on the glass and blocking shots.
Duncan kicks to Leonard. Duncan with the screen on Gay. Ginobili attacking. Pocket 4. Here's Splitter. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Splitter's got 5 points so far.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Feeds it to Cousins. Goes up the baseline. And again, it's Sacramento converting. As you talk about Rudy Gay's size and athleticism, Steve, he can play small ball 4 in a pinch.
Yeah, and it also enables him to get that jump shot off over pretty much anybody. So if he's spaced and he's playing at a 4, he can get that jumper off. Now he's got the ability to drive past you because the floor is opened up. So very interesting when he's placed at that 4 position.
They get it again. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, they found the touch here in the second half from the field, and everything else we talk about, folks, rebounding, defense, all of that, this game is still about making shots. You got to put the ball in the basket. That's the bottom line. And they found a way to do it here in the second half.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
The Kings trailed by 14. Dishes it to Cousins. And Splitter pulls it down. Splitter's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Ginobili. It's Splitter atop the key. To Ginobili. Spurs passing it around. And finished off by Leonard.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And I love how he goes with that one-hand tomahawk slam. Beautiful.
Dialed in for long range. I like it.
Thompson, he's checked in for Cousins. Evans comes in for Carl Landry. Jason Terry is checked in for Stauskas. And it's Collison in for the General. So San Antonio going with an almost entire... Here's Collison. Misses. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome.
Sunday, March 1st, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trailblazers.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This was an exceptional pass, guys, and we see the result. Hits him in stride, and bam, the slam dunk.
front, it's Thompson and Cousins. The General is out there with McCallum, and it's Stauskas in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Parker dishes to Ginobili. Back to Parker. Clock at 6. And he gets it to go. Parker's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Spurs. The Kings trailed by 19 to the inside. Leonard with the steal. He dishes it to Splitter. He kicks it to Ginobili. Shot clock at 6. The feed now to Splitter. Shoots from 8. Rebound by the Kings. Cousins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Callum, the pass to Stauskas. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Cousins kicks to McCallum. Here's the General. Buries the long-range jumper. The General's got 23.
He's really done a nice job taking advantage of his opportunities in this half.
Parker outside. There's a good screen. Jumper off the screen. Thompson with the rebound.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Here's McCallum. The pass to Stauskas. Over to the left wing. Off the left rim and out.
Well, you have to get a hand in his face because that's his range right there. You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out, that's the result you get right there.
Ginobili outside. D out, the screen. Leonard attacking. Here's Parker. Carried from 15 feet out. Parker's got 4 this quarter.
That's been a great day for him. And remember, he gave them a huge performance their last time out as well.
Carl Landry's checked in for Sacramento. For McCallum. And San Antonio also making a switch. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Boris Diaw. The General passes to Stauskas. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Cousins, San Antonio with the rebound. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Duncan dishes to Ginobili. Tries from 10. That one a tad off line to the right, but drops in for him. And the Spurs lead by 18. Sacramento's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the free ball here. And Cousins gets it to go.
The offensive execution really well done. They got the ball in tight for the high percentage shot.
Spurs leading by 16. Parker outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the General. That is his first foul of the game. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Splitter kicks to Parker. Shot clock at 6. Elbow shot. And another basket for San Antonio.
They're going to have to tighten up defensively, guys, because they're really giving up way too many open looks.
The General passes to Cousins. Here's the General. No good on the 3. The Spurs have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's Duncan. And shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got 5 assists in the game.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
And DeMarcus Cousins again. Cousins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I give him credit. He didn't have much confidence going in the first half, but he's picking up the pace here.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Back to Parker. There's the bucket. Good. Parker's got 12 points in just the second half.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
The general passes again.
Well, you look at the game of basketball, it really seems to be on the upswing. That's great news for the NBA. We know that those who play a sport are much more likely to watch it as an adult. And basketball is now the largest participation sport in high school and college.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
To the wing right side.
What is insane about the Spurs and how successful they are as a franchise is that in their entire franchise history, they've only missed the playoffs 4 times. That is absolutely remarkable.
And with the Spurs in the playoffs, you can't even begin to think about a postseason without the Spurs being involved. Only 4 absences since 1976. That's incredible.
Free throw good from Cousins. Of course, with the Spurs, the last time they missed the playoffs, they drafted perhaps one of the best power forwards of all time in Tim Duncan.
Well, you know, he's a part of why they haven't missed the playoffs since, but the organization has run really well from top to bottom, and they deserve nothing but the success they've had since their inception because of it.
And Cousins drops them both.
Well, DeMarcus Cousins in this one, he's got 8 points. And what a great game he's having on the boards, too.
Well, whatever he's done, make no mistake, the rebounding has been job number 1 for him. He's worked harder on the glass than anybody else in this game.
Duncan kicks to Splitter. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
Yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure self.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. The general passes to Gay. Here's Stauskas. He's covered by Leonard. Here's the general. Again, the miss by the Kings. And here are the Spurs. They're on a 14-6 run. Ginobili outside. There's the dish to Parker. Clock at 6. Parker left side. No good with the wing jumper. Landry with a screen for Gay. Pass to the general with the shot. Jump shot is good. The Generals got 25 points. There's a minute 47 left in the 4th. Parker kicks to Duncan. He feeds it to Leonard. Now here's Ginobili. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And that one's good.
Well, what we saw here tonight is one team just had everything going for it, and the other did huge margin of victory for the Spurs.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight, Clark, they had both.
They sure did. I mean, the ball was moving and guys were knocking down shots.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
You know, this is the 3rd consecutive matchup for them against these guys in the season series. It just seems to be a really good matchup for them.
Yeah, it does. And there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I think the sweep will be in order.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Parker. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see him being a part of it. He was all over this one.
Ginobili can't hit.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Gay with no one around. Nice open look, but it's no good. Ginobili with the ball. Gay picks him up defensively. Gay against Ginobili. Up top, Leonard. Back to Ginobili. Shoots from the line. And the Spurs scoring again.
And the crowd here, of course, not happy about the outcome. But you know what? We saw a team tonight that came in prepared to do battle on the road, and they clearly wanted the win.
You know, they were determined to steal this game, and they showed it, Steve. Played harder and got the job done.
Kept alive. Here's Cousins. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Parker outside. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And now let's go over to Doris Burke on the sideline for an interview with the Jordan Player of the Game. Doris, take it away.
Guys, I'm here with Tony Parker.
You there. Next question.
You know, when the team is struggling like you guys have been, how do you avoid negative thoughts getting in your head?
You know, we all have to be professional, man. Live in the moment. A wise man once told me that doubt can only be removed by action. That means I gotta get back to work. We all gotta get back to work.
In the back, Kyle, what's your question?
You must be frustrated with all those mistakes out there tonight. What do you got to do to limit those next time out?
It is very frustrating. I just gotta get better. It's unacceptable how much I turned the ball over tonight. I mean, all I can do is get back to work and get better, man. That's it.
You?
Yeah, first game as a starter. Feel good?
Yeah, man, it felt great.
Yeah, even though you displaced one of your teammates from the starting lineup?
It's a business, man. I'm just trying to handle mine, all right?
Tell that to the other guy.
Hey, man, the other guy's my brother, all right? I bleed for him, he bleeds for me.
And I think that answers the question. That's all the time we have, folks.